Hey, whoever came in, I'm glad you're here. It's been a while since I've had a live stream. I don't look like we're tonight, but I've been walking. Good evening, whoever came in. Thank y'all so much for being here. But I hope y'all are doing good. Um, it's got cold where I'm at. Good evening. So just let me know who you are. I'm so glad to have you. But thank y'all so good. Hey, Moser boy. Oh, awesome to see you too. Hey, Allie. How are you? Good evening, sweetheart. How are you? Hey, River. Creative. Good evening. I'm so glad you're here. I thought I'd do a live stream this evening. It's cold here where I'm at. I think it's about 40 something degrees right now. Uh, I've been walking. I went walking today, but I didn't walk very far. I think I did 4 laps. Just didn't feel like it. I am doing great. Thank you. I have been busy. I took those 2 trips, one trip the end of September. I went to Savannah, Georgia, and then I went to uh, close to Erie, Pennsylvania to stay with my daughter for about 12 days. And so, yeah, it's at 49 there. I don't know how cold it is here, but it's 40 something degrees, I think. I've got the weather channel up. Oh, it's 46. It is 46 now. But there we go. It's 46. I have. Yeah, I went to Savannah, Georgia, and stayed 4 days, and then I went to. Oh, yeah, I enjoyed that. My grandson went with me down there because I just live 50 miles from Huntsville. I've been wanting to go down there, but when I got back from Pennsylvania, it was still hot, and I didn't want to go down there and it's hot. Because part of the time we was outside, had my sweater on. Oh yes, oh I enjoyed it. We were down there, and it was awesome. I'd never been to Savannah, Georgia before, but I really enjoyed it. I went with my cousin, and her daughter drove us down there, and we had a wonderful time. Oh well, thank you, Ellie. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. I've been to Huntsville, I don't know how many times, but I'd never been to the Space Center. So I wanted to go. Hey, Riley, good evening. How are you doing? But I had been down that road that goes by, and I'd seen the rockets, off to the left, but I'd never been over there. But it was $25 to get in for one of us, and then I had to pay my grandson too. So, but it was worth every bit of it. It was wonderful. It just and there was some building that I sat outside because there was a lot of steps to go up to it, and I couldn't go climb the steps, and I sat out there on my walker because I got a walker with a seat, and I sat out there while my grandson went up there, and I asked him how it was. He said it was awesome. So I got to take him. I had to take him back home yesterday, but he wanted to come spend the week with me. Give out Halloween candy. So he always comes every Thanksgiving and gives out candy for me. But I looked awful tonight. Uh, I don't look too good. But I've still got my sweater on, although I've got my heat on. But I have really been blessed. I appreciate all y'all coming in tonight. Thank you so much. I've got 3 thumbs up. Thank y'all. Uh, but I've got a video going out every other day. We did. We got several. Now my cousin lives across town, and she said she didn't have many. Oh well, thank you, Moser boy. I just hadn't done too many live streams. I had other things I wanted to do, so I'm sitting here tonight by myself, and I thought I'd start one up. I've got 4 since I've got my new laptop, my other laptop I had went out on me. It's sitting over in the middle of the table. I've got to do something with it. Uh, but since I've got this new laptop, I stay on it on the internet most of the time, working on my YouTube channel and watching other people's YouTube channels, and uh, I keep up with Andy Griffith and all that on Me TV and all the old shows and Perry Mason. But I hope everybody's been having a. I hope y'all had a wonderful Halloween last night. I think it was no, it was night before last. Uh, but I hope y'all had a safe Halloween. We'd had a lot of rain. We thought maybe it would rain us out, but it quit raining up in the day before Halloween that night. So I was so glad because I love to watch the little ones come around and uh, and watch them, and I enjoy the little ones. I know I do too. I got rid of cable here 4 years ago. Um, I knew after I broke my leg, I was going to have to retire sooner or later. So I got rid of cable and got me a. I went and bought me a new smart TV flat screen and got me an antenna tacked up on the wall. And I've got 18 channels, and Me TV is on it. So I'm glad. That's why I stay on it most of the time. And I got channel two. I've got three Christian channels, and I've got two shopping channels, which I don't watch them much. And I got another one. I got a movie channel that they run movies 24 hours a day, and most of them's cowboy movies. So I like cowboy movies. But I I've been cooking. I made a $1 million pie, and I put it in the freezer, and I'm gonna make a cake here and maybe uh, tomorrow evening, and put it in a freezer for Thanksgiving and get things ready. I've got some salads in there. I think I've got two salads in there and a loaf of apple bread or something. But I always have a big crowd coming over here at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I love to cook. So I'm getting ready. But I've got to make a hummingbird cake and coconut cake too. So they always loved it. Well, uh, it's a freezer where you lift the lid and put it down in there. I've got a medium sized one. I've got stuff in there I've had for years. I need to clean it out, and I'm sure I don't even know what's on the bottom, but it's getting kind of full. I bought, well, 7 or 8 years ago, I bought a big box of oats, great big box of oats, and I got them in there. Oh, it's got everything but hummingbirds in it, Allie. It's got the pineapple and cinnamon and bananas and all, and it's got cream cheese icing. It's good. I've been making them, I guess, 40 years or more. Maybe I found the recipe back in the 1970s, so uh, it was in the paper, the capital. Yeah, it it came out in the paper, and then it started coming out in the cookbooks. And I've got cookbooks that's got the hummingbird cake recipe in it. But it's got bananas and cinnamon and pineapple. And I think it's got pineapple in it. But it's good. And the cream cheese icing is good too. So I always have to make that, and I have to make baked beans and potato salad. And I cook a turkey breast and ham and sweet potatoes and I make my own cranberry sauce, and I love to cook. I love to cook. I've always been like that, even when I was a teenager. When I got big enough to stand up at the stove, I started wanting to cook and then make cookies and cakes. I still got my recipe box I had when I was growing up. It's still full of recipes that I wrote down and put in there. It's up in the cabinet. I need to pull it out and see all what I've got in there. Oh, yeah. I've got the recipe. Uh, I've got a video with hummingbird uh, on my YouTube channel that I made, I guess, 2 years ago. It was uh, 2 years ago. Yeah, yeah. I've done a video on my cranberry salad too. It's cranberry sauce. I grind up my cranberries and then I put a can of crushed pineapple in it, and uh, I grind up oranges and put sugar in it, and nuts, and it's good too. I've got a mixer that Mama had, and it's got a grind attachment to grind food with, and Lord, I think it's about 45, 50 years ago that I got it for. And then when she passed away, I got to keep it. So it still works. Still works. That's the only time I pull it out is when I make my cranberry salad. But I grind up a package of cranberries and I put a can of crushed pineapple in it and two or three oranges and slice them up and grind them up. And then I put my sugar in it and nuts. So it's not hard. Don't take long. It's just grinding up your cranberries and your oranges is all it is, and then pouring your fresh cran crushed pineapple in it, and it's good. Mama didn't leave me a recipe for that. She always made it, but I knew what was in it, and I just kept adding to it till it tasted like hers. So I've got it down pat now. But she had that wrote down somewhere. I may come across it because she's been gone 20 years. But I hope if y'all had any snow yet. My daughter that lives in Pennsylvania, well, she moved to Ohio just a few miles of where she was living. Uh, lived there. She just moved about 2 hours away from where she was living, uh, close to Cleveland, Ohio. And she said it was snowing up there. But I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. I don't make stuffing. I make dressing, my cornbread dressing. I make my cornbread and I cut up onions and celery and salt and pepper and sage, and I pour water in there, and then when I bake my turkey, I uh, put it in the oven and bake it, and I use those drippings off of it. And then if I don't have that, then I get the chicken. Oh, well, I've got it right here. Well, let me show you. Oh, the chicken broth. I've got it sitting here. I've got it ready to make my dressing. That's what I use at Swanson's. So I've already got that to make my dressing. I know it was 70 something degrees one day, and then we had that rain come through and the cold front come through and it dropped about 40 degrees. This morning it was 27 degrees. It was 29 when I got up yesterday morning. It was 27 this morning. Uh, but it's getting winter time. I don't like it. I had to turn the heat on uh, last night, this morning. Let's see, I took my grandson home yesterday. It was the night before last. I didn't turn the heat on. because the sun was shining on my house and that brick house, and it stayed, warm, And then I had to get up and turn the heat on. It got a little cold. I'm sitting here with my sweater on now, but I'm sitting by down beside the dining room table, and the air it's a little cooler here. I know what to wear when I go walking in the morning. Yeah. Now I've been walking at the rec center. It's on the inside. My cousin and I ain't been home long. We went. Well, she had to go somewhere today with her daughter, and they was gone all day. And she called me when she got home, and it was getting dark when we left to go to the rec center to walk. And when we got out, it was already dark as a dungeon outside. But I wasn't feeling too good today. Yesterday, I didn't go at all to walk. But usually, I walk about almost a mile a day. Because I go to Walkie's class in the evening 3 times a week, and that's to get my strength back. I was losing my strength in my walking because I could walk to the mailbox across the street and give out before I come back to the house, and which not just about 50 or 60 feet out to the mailbox. So that's how give out I was. But I only done 4 laps today, so that was one hardly uh not hardly 2/3, 2/5 of a mile. It takes 15 laps to make a mile. But I was doing good there when I first started. I'd walk 3 or 4 rounds before I'd have to sit down and rest. I had to sit down and rest the first round I went this evening. No, I'm not going to overdo it, Ellie. I've uh, been so tired. I reckon I had my grandson here, and I was always cooking and doing and going someplace, and I've lost. I've got tired. It's what it is. And I took him back home. He was here almost a week. But he came last week and stayed a day or two, and then had to go back home. And then he came back Sunday. I think it was Sunday. And I don't, and I should, Allie. I should get me some. I take vitamin D. Doctors got me on vitamin D pills. Uh, then I take all my other medicine. I take blood pressure and diabetic medicine, all that. But Lord, I'll be 79 years old in March. I'm 78 now. Um, so I do pretty good for my age. I, I just thought when I was younger that it would take a lot longer to get old. But it seemed like I turned around and got old in no time. It didn't take long, but I was busy raising kids. And the last one left home in 1987. He got married. That was my last one. And I bought a house, and then I had a house payment, and had to work over a lot of overtime to pay for it. Yeah, I know. But I've had a good life. Uh, I've never had mine working. I retired 2.5 years ago. I was 76 years old when I retired. So if I hadn't have broke my leg 4 years ago, I just would have kept on working. But I couldn't go no further. I've got a rod in my femur bone on my left leg, so when I broke it and had to have surgery, and I went down some. My health is good, but my body's giving out on me. And I worked a lot of years. I started work as soon as I got out of high school. I went to work after a week or two after I graduated from high school, and I worked some after I got married just as soon as, and I started having a family, and I worked. Uh, in between my children. I had them all in 5 years, and I'd work in between them. And then in 1970, I went back to work and stayed. So I had 32, 33, 34, about 47 years I worked altogether. That's a long time. But there was a year or two in between my children I didn't work. After I'd have them, I'd go back to work. And my son, he was born in '66, and I think he was a year old when I went. No, he was 66. I worked some when he was in diapers, I remember. Yeah, I worked in '68. Went to work, and I worked all summer. I worked at a pencil mill, and sometimes they'd hire people to work during the summer. And back 1970, I went back to work and stayed. Yeah, they come here for Thanksgiving, and then I cook for Christmas. My daughter, uh, I have Christmas at her house, uh, and then the day that she has her Christmas, my son and his wife go to his mother-in-law's for Christmas, and then I have everybody over here. So I have two Christmas dinners, uh, and I fix stuff to take to my daughters. She wanted me to make some cranberry salad, so that's what I did, and I made my rolls and took to last year to her house, and uh, then I have Christmas here too. But I enjoy the holidays with my family, and it just the great grandbabies they just get a kick out of Christmas, and I give them money. I used to get them something every year, but I'll get them a little something now, and then I'll give them money, and then they go buy what they want. One of my great grandsons one year says, "Grandmama, you didn't get me anything for Christmas." I says, "Yes, I did." Says, "I gave you some money, and your mama took you to get what you wanted." But he think he didn't get a package. He didn't get anything from me. But I've got 18 great grandchildren. I can't spend too much on all of them. But I just buy each family something, and then they get the great grandkids something. Yeah, well, I try to be, Allie. I love to Christmas and Thanksgiving. I love to cook. I cook for 2 or 3 days. Well, I've already started cooking for Thanksgiving, but I'm making things for the YouTube channel, and then I put it in the freezer. But I don't cook my turkey and ham till the night before I have my dinner. Then I make my rolls and boil my eggs and have deviled eggs the day of the dinner. Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, uh, I've got 18 great grandchildren. Yeah, 18. Uh, the youngest one is 3, and the oldest one's 18. And I had 2 great grandchildren to graduate from high school this past year. So they're getting on up there. If I live long enough, I'll probably be a great grandmother. And I've got a rocking chair that was my great grandmother's. And whenever I have a grandchild or great grandbaby, whenever they come, I rock them in that rocking chair, my great grandmother's. Oh, that sounds good, Allie. Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so glad, Allie. I love to find new recipes, and I Google recipes. Oh, I made a $1 million pie. I may have made that before. I can't remember, but I made it again and videoed it here last week, and I've got it in the deep freeze. Oh, I've got apple bread I made. Hey, 6 Acres, how you doing? I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, I don't know. I don't think my daughter that lives up north won't be here for Christmas. I'm doing just fine. I've been blessed. Thank you for asking. But I hope everybody's okay. I've got 5 in here, or I got 6 in here now. Thank you. Oh yeah, super. Sugar-free Jello is good. I like those recipes that made out of Jello. I've still got some more I've got to make. Oh, okay. Loved all the videos. Only you trip. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I loved. I had a wonderful time in both trips because I didn't go nowhere. I sit here for over 2 years and didn't go nowhere. I may go to 20 something miles away from home, but I never did go nowhere. And I decided I'm going to start going now because I've been wanting to go to Savannah, Georgia. And I told my cousin whenever I got back from my daughters in Pennsylvania that we'd go to Savannah, Georgia. Well, her daughter was in from Ecuador because her daughter and her husband uh, retired to Ecuador when he retired. And she was in, and she said, well, she wanted to go. So they got up. She got us a room down there in Savannah, Georgia, and it was in a little apartment. Oh, okay. Oh, well, thank you, 6 Acres. I really enjoyed my trips. And that got me up off the couch taking those 2 trips. And then when I got back from my daughters, my cousin was going to the rec center. And I've been walking not every day, but 4, 5, 6 days a week. Hey, Buck-eyed girl, how are you? Bucky-eyed, Buck-eyed girl. Yeah, how are you doing? I hope you're all right. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I've got on my granny glasses tonight, so I look like Grandma Moses. But I've got some more recipes to make Jello salads and stuff. I just haven't got them all done. I've got 3 or 4 recipes that I bought that's over there on the counter that I've got to make. Uh, I went the other day and bought stuff to make those recipes and get ready for Thanksgiving. But I can't wait to cut into that $1 million pie of Thanksgiving because it takes Cool Whip, uh, pineapple, a, a jar of those cherries, you get in a jar. You sleepy? What that? Okay. Yeah, I'm going. I put my Christmas tree up around Thanksgiving. I may put it up a little earlier because I have bought. If you've seen my video on my last week of my uh, Dollar Tree haul, I bought some more decorations for my tree. I buy different things. I get something every year new to put on my Christmas tree. I've just about got it covered. I'm going to have to throw them up in there and let them fall on it. Yeah, that's yeah. I can't say that word, Allie. Marshmallow cherries. I couldn't never spell it. I'd have to get my cell phone out and Google it how to spell it. But you have a good night, 6 Acres. Yeah. But I can't wait to get my Christmas tree up, and I've got decorations up. Last year after Christmas, they uh Dollar Tree and Dollar General had their Christmas decorations on sale, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff last year. And I've got, I'm gonna have to clean off my uh thing. I've got flowers on my divider here across the shelf. I'll have to take that all off, put it in the thing, and get my garland out that's got lights in it, and throw it across there, and then put my decorations up. I can't hardly wait to start decorating. I get excited at Christmas. I always, I always loved the Christmas and watch everybody open their presents. Went to Dollar Tree this morning. Oh my goodness, they must have got sick of. My goodness, I've never known a Dollar Tree to close. We've only got one here in town, and it's a small one. Now, the town up from me, it's got three of them, and I want to take my camera up there and just go through them. I don't know whether I'll buy anything, and I'm just going through and video what they got. I get excited when I go to Dollar Tree anyway, and but it's there's a lot of people goes to Dollar Tree and video it and put it on there. There's one lady that I think she goes 2 or 3 times a week that I watch her videos, and it just enthused me to see what she's found. Oh, I'm sorry you went there and it was closed, but I live in a small town. I would love to go to the capital. There's several Dollar Trees over in Nashville that I would love to go see. Uh, Wait a minute, y'all. I've got I got to see my. I was seeing if my express spin zones. You got a dollar zone? Oh, okay. I'm connected. Okay. I was my express VPN or whatever it is. Okay. Uh, oh, your city's got three Dollar Trees, two Family Dollars, and a Dollar Zone. Well, now we've got a Family Dollar here. Uh, I was going to Kroger's the other evening when I got out of the day of Halloween. I didn't know if I had enough candy or not, and I needed some more milk because my grandson comes. Me and him can drink a gallon of milk a week, and I had to stop. I couldn't find a parking place at Kroger's, so I turned around and went down to Family Dollar and got my milk and some more candy, and I still got candy left. So I'm gonna have to give it away because I'm sitting here eating it. Uh, but I wish we had three Dollar Trees here. They've got three or four in the town up from here. But I would love to go to Nashville and go Dollar Trees down there. My grandson and I went down there the other day. I've got a video coming out. I think it's in the morning. It's supposed to just driving around Nashville. We were going to go to the Parthenon down there, and it's Parthenon. It looks like the one in Egypt or wherever it is, and we got down there, and it was closed on Monday. So we rode around down there. Hey, Keisha Young. Thank you, Keisha. I enjoy making my videos, and thank you so much. Oh, did you know? Yes, ma'am. I just live 50 miles from Nashville. My grandson and I went down there, and I got into Nashville and uh, to put the address in my GPS when I got there. Well, I looked it up, and Parthenon was closed on Monday. They're open on Tuesday to Saturday. So I went on up. I knew there was a Krispy Kreme on up about 2 or 3 more miles up in Nashville, and I drove up there and got us some donuts. Oh, do you? Okay, I just lived 50 miles from Nashville. I'm south of Nashville. Uh, so we was gonna go to the Nashville Zoo and so we drove into the parking lot of Nashville Zoo, and we were so tired. We just drove out and come home. But I made a video coming out of there, and but I used to live in Nashville back before my son was born. I worked down there. My husband and I both worked down there, so I know how to get around Nashville. And I was wanting to go to oh one of the singers' museum, Johnny Cash's museum, and I called, and they were not $20 a ticket to get in. I had my grandson. I couldn't afford to to pay $40 to get us into. But maybe sometimes when I'm down there, I can go. But I would love to go in his museum. And I googled where his address was, and I knew just about where it was at. Oh, did she? Well, I've never been to the zoo. My granddaughter and her husband and 4 kids has been a couple times, but uh, it's on uh 41A. You go out Nolan's Road to come home. Uh, but it said it takes what 2 or 3 hours to go through it. But we rode around the parking lot and came out and come back home, and then we got down there ready to just to go right out of Nashville, and there was a big wreck down there, and we were stuck in traffic, so I had to make a U-turn and turn around, come back, and get back over to I-24 to get home. Uh, but I didn't really want to go to I-24. I wanted to go back the way I came. But it was a faster route going to on the interstate. Hey, Virginia, how you? I hope you're having a wonderful night or weekend too. I've got 8 in here now. But thank y'all so much for coming. Well, and that is wonderful. I am too. I didn't go nowhere today. Well, I went walking this evening to Rec Center. Uh, my cousin and I were going to go this morning, but I slept half a day this morning after I took my grandson home yesterday, and I slept. I think it's about 10, 11 o'clock when I got up this morning. And I had got up and made me some coffee before the sun come up, and then I got sleepy and sat back down because I thought, well, my cousin will call and she'll be ready to go to the rec center this morning, and I'd get up and get ready. And she didn't call. She called one time, and she said her and her daughter was gonna go shopping in another town. So I went back to sleep, and I didn't get up till it's almost dinner. And but I slept in this morning. I was tired, but I've been trying to walk every day, and I didn't walk yesterday. I didn't feel like it. Uh, I don't think she went either. So I think I have a part. You've got a part-time job, so I think I have a part. Okay, Virginia. Yeah. The rec center needed somebody to help, but I didn't want to go back to work. I'd already retired twice, and I couldn't stand up very long. They said, I thought, well, if I'd be up there, to put their bracelets on and check people in, but she said the ones that work there have to do other things outside and everything, and then I couldn't do it. I thought, well, I go back to work. Well, I'm 78 years old. I don't need to go back to work. I need to enjoy life I can. But I've always had to work, and I never have minded working. Famous Mike. Next time you go to Macon, Georgia, go to Famous Mike's. You may see me. Oh, okay. Is that just across the line from Chattanooga, Macon, Georgia? I've heard of Macon, Georgia. I want to go to Chattanooga one day and have to go get my grandson and get him. I told him, one day when I was near Savannah. Oh, okay, near Savannah. All right. I don't know when I'll be back down there. I would love to go back and see a lot of more of it. We were down there 4 days, but made a video of where at the bench that Forrest Gump was filmed. We got a video of where that was made, and then we ate breakfast in the restaurant where the scene. They had a scene in the restaurant of Forrest Gump, and I got uh video of outside of that. Uh, After we got to eat breakfast, I made a video. I enjoyed that trip so much, and we rode the boat. Uh, and we took a tour of the bus tour of Savannah, Georgia. It's a beautiful place. But I never did go on the ghost tour. I didn't. Didn't want to look for ghosts. Yeah, I've got butterfingers. Those little bitty butterfingers about that long, and I've got about a half a bowl of them left. And I can put them in the freezer. I love butterfingers. I craved them when I was pregnant with my son. Oh, they are. I may try and put them in there. I wouldn't. I stopped it when I got my stopped and got my Family Dollar. I bought the little long packages of $1 and it had 8 of little ones in it. Oh, okay, I'll try that. Allie, thank you. But I never thought about putting them in the freezer, but I guess I could. It'd be better than me sitting here eating them. I've already gained about 4 pounds since my grandson stayed with me for a week because I was always cooking and we was always going out to eat. Uh, and when I come back from walking a while ago, I stopped at Captain D's and got me some fish. That's not good either. And I put the uh, coleslaw and the French fries in the refrigerator. Oh, okay. Well, I'll put that in there because I've got enough in out there, and I may give it to my great grandkids when they come Thanksgiving. They could take it home with them because it ain't long till Thanksgiving. Just about 22, 23 days. But I love but they're so precious. And I've got one, two, three grandkids up in Pennsylvania, and I've got 4 great grandkids in close to Indianapolis. So there was 4, 5, 6, 7. My great grandbabies lives up north. My grandson from Pennsylvania came down last Thanksgiving, and they came to my house and ate. And he's the one that I stayed with in his house because my daughter was living with him. My grandson and family and two great grandbabies. Uh, and they've got a beautiful home right up there. They're about 12 miles from Erie, Pennsylvania. So it was beautiful up there, but it was cold. I was up there for 12 days, and all but 2 days of it, I wore my sweater. There was 2 days it was warm enough I didn't have to wear my sweater, and this was in September. 'Cause I've been back home. What is November? I got back home in September. I've been home about 6, 7 weeks. Uh, I drove up there by myself. Took me 14 hours to go up there, and it's 650 miles. I should have, but I could. I don't know if I can do that just off the video or not. I guess I could make a snapshot of it and try to transfer it to. That would be great. Got my grandson. That was my grandson in there. He's my youngest grandbaby. He's the one with the. Yeah, that would be great. I don't send out any birthday Christmas cards. Uh, when I was working, the girls at work, I would always get them a card and then get them a little something because there was so many of them. And then I had my family to buy for too. Uh, I've got a little box of Christmas cards here, but that would be great. Astronaut picture of me for Christmas. You can tell that video going in and having a picture made of being an astronaut. I was pretty big, and I'm even bigger. I've got 11 thumbs up. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Thank you. But I thought I'd make a video tonight. Uh, thought about going to the mountain tomorrow sometime and take pictures of the fall trees. You know, the fall colors on the mountain. But there's some down where I'm at, but they're not all turned. Fall colors yet. I'm sure the mountain has got. There's a mountain about 20 miles from here, or a little further, about 30, maybe 35, and go up through there and make a picture of the fall, and then go to the flea market while I'm up there. They've got a flea market on top of that mountain. When I used to set up at flea markets, and back in the '80s, I'd go up there on Sunday and set up a flea market, and that's all done pretty good up there. It wasn't very high. It wasn't like the Smokies or anything like that. I know I got to change back my clocks tonight, and it's going to be 4:30 when it gets dark after this. The time we got through walking tonight, the sun was already gone down, but it was late when we started. My cousin will be 80 years old this month. She'll be 80 years old this month, and she can outwalk me. But I've had a knee replacement in one leg, and then I broke my femur bone 4 years ago and got a rod in it. And I can't walk too far without giving out. I'm just a huffing and a puffing. I'm like a little train that couldn't. I'd have to stop. I made one round when I got there today, and I had to sit down after the first round. Uh, but I finally done 4 rounds, 4 laps. But I have walked. One day I walked 20 laps, but she and I went that morning and walked, and then I done 11 laps in my class, walk each class in the evening. So I was in good shape that day. Today I felt like I'd fallen out, but I have my good days and bad days. But Keisha, I want to go back to the down there. I told my grandson, me and him would go back down to the zoo. No, 15 laps is a mile, Allie. It takes 15 laps around the rec center to make a mile. Four laps wasn't hardly anything. I did 2 laps at a time twice, and my first one I went in, I made 1 lap and had to sit down. So I did 4 laps. No, yeah. That the track where we walk is on the second floor, and then there's a basketball they're playing basketball down below us. We can go around watching them play basketball all the time, or uh, whatever kind of ball they'd have. But we was only one walking today. Some days they have a whole bunch. If we go early in the morning, they have several people that goes and walks. And it just costs $4 a month to walk, and that's the senior rate. Now I paid my grandson to go to walk for a month, and it was $10 for him because he's not the 26. You have a good night, Keisha, and thank you so much for coming. Yeah, thank you. It's been a while since I had a live stream, but I haven't. I don't know whether I've had one since I've been back or not. I may have. I don't know. I'm in from Pennsylvania. Bye, Keisha. Thank you, sweetheart, for coming, and you have a good night. Hey, CR, how are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Keisha. CR, I'm glad to be back. But I hope you're having a wonderful weekend, CR. But thank you so much for coming in. Hey, Virginia. Oh, no, no snow. I know. Thank you. Thank you, Allie. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. You have a good night. Love you, darling. Oh, okay. Oh, well, thank you, CR. I hadn't done a live stream in a while. Oh, well, oh, CR. Allie's one of your channel mods. Oh, are you? Okay. Oh, well, I'm so glad y'all here. I'm not gonna stay on here too long. I'd like to get that cake made tonight, but I am so tired. It's oh Lord, it's already almost 9 o'clock here, and if it's time changes tonight, it'll be. Is it forward it goes or back? It falls back. Okay, it's almost 8 here then. Oh, oh, well, you want cake now? Well, I have to make it first. I've eaten so much this past week. CR, my grandson's been with me. I just took him home yesterday. Yeah, is it fall back or it's a spring forward and then falls back in the fall. Okay, yeah, yeah, it falls back. So it's my time on my laptop is 8:56. So it's after. No, I hadn't seen a flake of snow. It hadn't been cold enough. Now it was 27 degrees this morning when I got up. And it's 29 yesterday morning, but it wasn't raining or snowing or anything. So I don't know. I didn't even get no snow last winter. I am waiting. My daughter lives up there just right outside of Cleveland, Ohio, and she said it snowed some flurries yesterday. I think it was. I know I keep the radar up. on the computer when I'm on here because I stay on it a lot. I could, couldn't I? Uh, I wished I had me one. I've got a blender. I don't know how fine it would get it, but I could if I had one of those food processors. I could make my own snow. I could make my own snow and out snow cream. I've got plenty of milk and sugar and vanilla. All I need is some snow. I have made some barbecued chicken strips while my grandson was here, and I videoed it. But it had to have barbecued pork rinds and a blender. And I like never got them ground up because you had to coat the chicken in it. Uh, the ground up barbecued pork rinds. And I wished I had a food processor. The blender don't chop it up as fine as a food processor. I could get me one. I'm sure Walmart's got them. Yeah, I know. I can't have my coffee without milk and cream. I have to have my uh coffee with my milk and cream, milk and sugar. I like a little coffee with my sugar and milk. Yeah, and I love my coffee. I had my trip to Savannah, Georgia. I had a bowl and another pair of shoes in a sack, and I was going to take them down there. And I put everything on the front porch till my cousin and her daughter come pick me up. And I left, and my shoes. I got down there, didn't have my shoes, and I didn't have my coffee. And I got home, and they were still on the front porch. I had set them down on the flower pot out there next to the front door. I don't know whether it rained while I was gone or not, but it they were still fine. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I like to have my coffee whenever I'm down at the computer early in the morning. That's the first thing I do is make me some coffee. But I've enjoyed all of y'all this tonight. I'm gonna have. I've been busy. Oh, Nicole is your sister. I'm trying to see. Okay. Oh, okay. No, okay. Yeah, I see where you at now. So, oh, thank you. All right. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, I love my sunflowers. Matter of fact, I think I've got. No, that's not sunflowers. I've got a. Oh, I've got sunflowers up on in a vase up there on the shelf between here and the living room. And then I've got sunflower dish towels. I love my sunflowers. But before I retired from Walmart, they had their sunflowers, artificial sunflowers on sale for a quarter a bunch. I come out of there a bunch of them, and I bought what was left. The other door greeter wanted some, so I let her have some of them. But when my daughter was home last year, she wanted to put flowers on her husband's grave because he passed away 4 years ago. So we took out two bunches of those sunflowers and took them and put them on his grave. Oh, okay. I'll have to look. I love sunflowers. And did do when the sun don't shine, do those sunflowers face each other? I saw something on. computer about them. Do they face each other when the sun don't shine? I didn't know whether that was so or not. But everything you read on computer may not be right. That's all I didn't know. But there was two sunflowers facing each other when the sun went down, and I didn't know somebody had posted that, but you don't know. I don't know. I could Google it, I guess. But I thought that was very interesting. Yeah. Well, I've been on here an hour, but I enjoy all y'all. I made a video this evening. What did I make? Oh yeah, snacks around the world. That's the only thing I done today. Is made one video. I hadn't done anything. I need to wash dishes. I hadn't felt like doing anything today. But I'm gonna shut this off, and I'll be back on here tomorrow sometime. Tomorrow evening. Uh, I don't think we don't go to walk on Sunday morning. Oh, well, hey, Just Mike, how are you? Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna shut this down. You have. I hope you're having a good night and good weekend, Just Mike. You've been doing fine. I'm doing okay. I just haven't felt up to par today. I'm tired. But I had my grandson for a week, and we was doing something, going somewhere about every day, and I'm more out. And I've been walking too at the rec center. But I'm going to shut this off tonight, and I will try to get back on here tomorrow evening. Thank y'all for coming. I've enjoyed it so much. Y'all are such a blessing. But I'm going to try to get shed this sweater. I've got on my winter clothes, but I'm sitting here with a sweater on. I get cold easy. So I'm going to get off from here and say good night, and God bless every one of you, and y'all sleep tight. Thank you so much. I'm going to end it now.